column concatenation. All right, so we just looked at how to rename columns. What is this concatenation business? Well, we want to make our data look prettier, simpler. We just want to learn how to fiddle around with the columns. It's the most basic thing after learning the select, that you figure out, okay, I have all of this data and it's formatted in this way, but what can I do with it? Can I play around with it? Can I concat things? We're slowly building up our relationship with the data. So let's say we wanted to concat columns. What do I mean by that? Well, over here you can see customer ID, you can see first name, and you can see last name. And so what if I tell you you could do this? Customer ID, name. And suddenly, Mark Johnson, Katie Bell, wait. Wasn't that first name and last name? Yes. You can concatenate columns together. You can squish them together to form one column. And you can even put spaces in between to make it easier. So how would we go about this? Well, I'm going to show you. So let's go into the employees database and let's try a column concatenation. So we're going to concatenate the first name and the last name of the employee into one column. That's the exercise we're going with. All right, so here we are in Valentina DB, and we were in the employee database. So let's go over to titles real quick, and let's do a select star from titles. And let's see what that gives us. Okay, so we have senior engineer, and then we have the from and the to date. All right, so there's not much we can concat here, but let's just concatenate the employee number to the title, and let's just call it employee title. So what we would do here is we would use the concat function, and we would do employee number, and then we would do a space, and then we would do title. All right, let's run this. So this is how we did a string previously, but that's not working for us. Single quotes are for characters. Now let's run that. So when you concat, what you're basically doing here is, you remember when we renamed columns and we would use the double quotes to rename it? Well, when you use concat, you can insert text. And for text, we're going to use single quotes. So let's do that, because double quotes are referring to a column name. So if we do this, we can see that. Okay, I got it. Is A. All right, so let's do that. 10,001 is a senior engineer. 10,002 is a staff. But hey, what happened to our column name? When you run a function like concat, you basically need to rename. So let's do it as employee title. And let's execute that. There we go, employee title. Boom, that's how you concatenate. So let's look at that a bit closer. You see, when you do concatenation, you can concatenate text to text, or you can concatenate columns together. And like I just showed you, text is done in single quotes, whereas renaming columns is done with double quotes. It's because you're renaming the column. So just remember, when you use the concat function, use single quotes. All right, so let's get into some exercises. So if we go over to the employees database, what I want you to do is column concatenation. And what I want you to do is concatenate the first and last name of the employee into one column. Name it what you like, but make sure you concatenate the first and last name and put a space in between there. And then rename the concatenated column. So first off, just try to concatenate two columns together. Maybe put a space in there and then rename the column. You can pause the video now and go try it out. All right, I hope that worked well for everyone. So here is an example of that query. So select employee number and then concat first name, space, last name as full name from employees. It's as simple as that. We've now concated two columns together with a space in between the data, and we renamed the column. Who knew? So easy.